What's up, people? Mentality Focus podcast episode number 10. So let's get into it. We had a really good episode. I think the last one was episode number 9, talking about money. And Alana joined us, and we had a really long one with almost an hour that we shot. So I thought today, because we spoke about these subjects before, and I was, especially because the last days they've been getting they've been getting colder and colder outside, and it's been raining and raining over here in the Netherlands, like for the last 3 days. So I thought, let's get into a little bit of mindset related to the weather, because you hear people speaking about it all the time. Like, oh, I loved it when it used to be when it was hot in the summer, and when, for example, I used to appreciate it like 4 weeks ago, that I was sitting in my garden and I could just sit outside with a shirt, with a t-shirt, or with a tank top, and just be reading a book over there. And right now I cannot go outside, and I need to put on warm clothes and that kind of stuff, you know. But ultimately, what you need to understand is that the fact that there is a contrast in the seasons is what gives it power, because you wouldn't appreciate the fact that it's hot in the summer if it wouldn't be so freaking cold in the winter. And you wouldn't appreciate that the that it will be start to become green outside, and all, like the leaves, they will start to grow from the trees the moment there is no autumn. So there's always this contrast. There should be a yin and there should be a yang, because otherwise you would just be living with one season, and you wouldn't appreciate any season at all, because it would always be monotone. So, and that is essential to understand. And that's, for example, why I appreciate every season. If it's warm outside, if it's hot in the summer, I appreciate it. If it is -20 outside and it's winter and it's snowing and it's almost impossible to walk the streets because it's like that cold, I appreciate it. If it's autumn and it's gray and it's dark outside, and there's all these leaves on the tree, of all these leaves falling from the trees, and it's laying there on the pavement, I appreciate it. If it's raining outside, I appreciate it. If it is if it is in spring and you start to see like it's getting hot, it's getting hotter outside, and you see the leaves like coming from the trees, I appreciate it. Every season and every weather and everything that every particular climate, I appreciate it, because I remember, for of course, I'm not going to deny that I have my preferences. Of course, I my personal preference is a little bit of colder climate. For example, like I used to live in Russia for some time, and I remember that when I landed there, it was -22. So, and up until that time, the coldest that I ever experienced here in the Netherlands was -12 degrees. And when it's like -12 degrees here in the Netherlands, everybody goes crazy. Like, the trains are not working, nobody goes to work, that kind of stuff. -22 in Russia is like, oh well, just another day. So I remember when I landed there, and I stepped outside of the airport, that I was like, whoa, this is cold. This is cold. But of course, like, after like a couple weeks, you get used to it, and you start to appreciate it, actually, because yeah, like the winters there, they have a particular, of course they are very long, because, like, especially because I used to live in St. Petersburg, like, it's like very far north. Like, the winters, they take 4 or 5 months. It's like below 0 degrees for that's such a long time. But I love to live like it personally, but I like to live in such a cold climate, because I can sleep very well at night. I love to sleep in cold climates. So, and also when I'm walking, like when I'm walking down the street, I used to like going out at that that's at with these types of temperatures. I like walking outside. So yeah, ultimately, I understand for most people. Yeah, they're going to say, yeah, well, I appreciate like a warmer climate. Yeah, it's all understandable. Everybody can have their preferences, but ultimately, every season has its pluses and has pluses and minuses. Nobody can deny that. Even in summer, oh yeah, it's hot outside, but sometimes it's like that hot, even here in the Netherlands, that it's freaking unbearable. So the summer is cool. I love the summer, but even the summer has its minuses. Just like the winter, I like going outside when it's minus 20. I appreciate it, but sometimes it's snowing. For example, in Russia, it used to snow so much that your clothes, they are like completely under snow, and it's actually quite normal over there that everybody has to they they need like special shoes, like special type of shoes, like to walk the street, because there's like that much snow over there in the like in the street, that you can there's some shoes some sneakers that would break down or get dirty like very very easily. So you need some shoes that really can stand this that can stand this that can stand this heat, this cold, and can stand this can stand all of this dirt. So yeah, that's a minus. Even though I appreciate the climate, even though I appreciate the climate. So ultimately everything is a payoff. Like everything is a like the seasons, they're yin and yang. But you cannot complain about the seasons. You're like the seasons, they're going to do what they are going to do. You ultimately cannot change the weather, so there's no other way to deal with the climate and deal with the weather than just appreciate it for what it is, and that's it. Because the moment you're going to appreciate any type of weather, you're like, the moment you go out and it's raining, it's like, well, so what. You're not going to complain. It's just the season is going to do what it's going to do. I cannot change it. I cannot do anything about it. I'm going to take it for what it's worth. So yeah. And beside that, ultimately, of course, we are here for our self development, and for our mindset. And that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop with any season. It doesn't matter that it's summer right now, or like that winter is coming and now it's time to do work, or like spring is coming, so we're going to train for 3 months so we could look sexy on the beach. Like, all of this, we need to do it consistently. You know, everybody knows at least one person, guaranteed that everybody knows at least one person. There's one guy that is every like a couple weeks before the summer. It's like, oh well, right now I'm going to the gym because I need to prepare. I need to look hot I need to look hot on the beach when the summer is coming, like in some couple weeks from now. Like, if they're early, they start saying that like 3 months before the summer is coming. But some people they start saying that like 3 4 months, 3 4 weeks before the summer is coming. So yeah, like everybody knows at least this one person that starts to train only 4 weeks before summer is coming, and it's time to go to the beach and go to the beach parties in Ibiza and that kind of stuff. You know, but that's of course like that's of course not why we're here, and why we used it, like why today I make this episode. Because work is for every season. Work is for winter, work is for summer. And even in summer, most summers I've been using the summers for work since forever. Usually if I take some time off, like basically I'm traveling, like meeting some people that I'd like to meet and that kind of stuff. I do that outside of season. I don't want to be bumping up against all these people, against all these tourists when it's busy at the airports and that kind of stuff. I always avoid that, and that works perfect. That works perfect. But ultimately, like, you train consistently. not just 4 weeks before the beach parties are coming. You train consistently, like throughout the year. You train in winter. You train even when the beach parties they are happening. You're still training. Even spring, autumn doesn't matter. You're training. That's it. Same with work. There's never a reason. Oh well, right now, like oh, I'm going to take some time off because it's so hot and like we have awesome beach parties and all of these festivals and that kind of stuff. If you want to achieve something, you need to put your ass to work like daily on a daily basis. Consistency. That's the most important. You cannot be going out like laying on the. You cannot be taking off like so much freaking time because of whatever reasons, but that's personally why those are personally the reasons why I use the summer mainly for work. I think the summer is perfect for work because like everybody goes to everybody is going to the beach. You know, you can be ahead of them if you are working and they are not. So um, yeah, ultimately, the bottom line of this episode is take the season for what it's worth. Appreciate every season for what it's worth, because you cannot change the weather, you cannot change the climate unless you move to another country, of course. But but even in that country, sometimes the weather is not going to be perfect for you. So wherever you are, appreciate the weather for what it is. Love it, appreciate it, and that's it. And take it for what it's worth. So with that, I'm going out. So peace.